Level 1. The hangaround. You're a local kid who grew up watching the cool guys in the neighborhood. You see the jewelry, the cars, and the respect, and you want that life. So you start hanging around. You fetch coffee, wash the Cadillac, and run to the deli to get sandwiches for the card game in the back room. You were invisible. The maid men barely look at you. To them, you are free labor, a gopher who goes for coffee and cigarettes. Your job is simple: listen and keep your mouth shut. But you are being watched every second. They're testing your discipline. If you talk too much, you're gone. You aren't making money yet. In fact, you are taking all the risk for none of the reward. If the cops raid the club, you're the one they throw in the car while the bosses slip out the back. So how do you get promoted? You make yourself useful. You spot a cop car 2 blocks away and warn them. Level 2, the associate. You pass the test. Now you're an associate. You're not a member of the family, but you work with the family. Your life becomes a hustle. You hijack trucks coming out of the airport, run a sports betting book, and take part in shady deals. But there's a catch. You don't get to keep all the money. You have to kick up. Every week you hand a fat envelope of cash to your sponsor, the soldier who brought you in. If you steal $10,000, you better hand him $3,000 of it. If you hold out, you're stealing from the family, and that gets you disappeared. The risk is high because you're the one doing the dirty work, breaking legs, hijacking cargo, and attracting attention. The FBI is watching you because you're sloppy and hungry. If you get caught, the family owes you nothing. You do your time, keep your mouth shut, and prove you are worthy of the next level. Level 3, the senior associate. By now, you've been earning for years. You kept your mouth shut during a 3-year stint in state prison, proving you can generate cash and handle pressure. Now you're on record with a captain, which means you belong to him. No other crew can touch you. If someone from another family tries to shake you down, your captain steps in and says, "Back off, he's with me." But this is also the most dangerous time. The bosses are vetting you. They investigate your bloodline. You must be 100% Italian on your father's side. They dig through your past to see if there are informants in your family. One mistake ends everything. If you embarrass the family in a bar fight, you're finished. Then one day you're told to dress up. You're told you're gonna get made. Level 4, the soldier. You walk into a basement or back room where men sit around a table. There is a gun and a picture of a saint. They prick your trigger finger and let your blood drip onto the image while it burns in your hands. You swear loyalty. Congratulations, now you are a made man. You are untouchable. A civilian can't touch you, an associate can't touch you, and even a boss from another family cannot kill you without permission from the commission. If someone hits you, they hit the entire organization. Now you're inside the circle of trust. You have associates working under you who kick money up to you, and you kick it up to your captain. Your job is to supervise rackets, construction sites, unions, gambling, and collections. You don't break windows anymore. You send someone else to do it. But you're still a soldier. When the boss says someone has to go, you pick up your work bag and handle it. Refusal is not an option. Level 6, the acting capo. Your captain has a problem. Maybe he's indicted on a RICO charge. Maybe he's sick, or maybe the surveillance is too heavy. He points to you. You become the acting capo, the substitute leader with life and death authority. You run the crew, but everyone knows the seat isn't truly yours. It's a test. You must keep the money flowing to the captain while keeping the soldiers loyal. Do too poorly, and the captain gets angry. Do too well, and he might think you're trying to steal his crew.
You walk a razor's edge, acting like the boss while pretending you don't want the job. Level 7, the captain. Now the acting title is gone. You are a capo, a skipper running 10 soldiers and hundreds of associates across a territory, maybe a whole section of Brooklyn. You are a mid-level executive. You don't touch drugs or guns anymore. You manage people. Soldiers meet you in safe places, parks, malls, quiet walks, to hand over envelopes and receive orders. Your responsibility is the income of the entire crew. Even when the economy is bad, or the FBI shuts down your gambling operation, you still owe the boss his weekly cut. You are also the judge. When soldiers fight over money, you settle it. Within your crew, your word is law. But if you stop earning, you're replaced. And in this world, replacement often means execution. Level 8, the messenger. A rare but powerful role. You become the diplomat between crime families. The bosses can't meet because the FBI watches every handshake, so they send you. You carry messages that can't be written or spoken on a phone. You negotiate disputes before they turn into wars. If a soldier from one family crosses another, you smooth things out before bullets start flying. You must be calm, charming, and extremely careful. Level 9, the consigliere. Now you are the third man in the inner circle, the counselor. You usually don't run a crew or territory. Instead, you have the boss's ear. You are the only person allowed to tell the boss he is wrong. When he wants revenge and anger, you remind him to think about the business and the heat from law enforcement. You understand the law and advise how to structure operations to avoid RICO charges. When captains argue and the underboss can't fix it, they come to you. You are not a threat to the throne. You are the protector of it. Level 10, the underboss. Second in command, the VP of operations. The boss sets the vision. You make it happen. All captains report to you. You collect the main envelopes from every crew and manage daily operations. When the disputes are too big for captains but too small for the boss, you handle them. If the feds build a case, they usually target you first because you protect the boss. You are also the heir apparent. If the boss dies or goes to prison, the crown usually falls to you. But that makes you a target for every ambitious captain who wants your job. Level 11, the boss. Capo di tutti capi, the head of the family. You survived wars, prison sentences, and betrayals. Now you sit at the head of the table like a ghost. You never touch a gun or dollar directly. Layers of people stand between you and the crime. You whisper an order to your underboss, and days later, a rival disappears. You sit with other bosses on the commission, the board of directors of organized crime, dividing territories and deciding who lives or dies. You have total power, but no peace. Your closest allies want your throne. The FBI has an entire squad dedicated to destroying you. There is no retirement and no escape. You stay on the throne until the end, whether that end comes in a hospital bed, a prison cell, or the pavement outside a steakhouse. This is the life you chose.